Hello everyone and welcome back to your Los Angeles area updates for October 2023. Parker Green here, ready to share the best of all the excitement going on this month. From new development projects for major city icons, tons of festivals and street fairs, and of course, Halloween activities galore. I ought to get into all the deets. Let's go.
First up, we finally have some good news on the Silver Lake Reservoir. It's been over 5 years of input, planning, and review, but a vision is finally in place. The recently approved Silver Lake Reservoir Complex Master Plan, that's a mouthful, calls for, amongst other things, the chain link fences to be torn down and access to the lakeshore be made public. As anyone that's visited Silver Lake would probably agree, I've always felt the reservoir was such a wasted opportunity for some much needed open spaces by water in LA, especially for those of us not living on the west side. A date for completion has not been provided, but I'll be sure to keep tabs on any future updates about this exciting new project. Make sure you don't miss out on that by taking this moment to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it allows you to see my future videos and updates. Thank you so much. Over on the Sunset Strip, the Roxy just turned 50 as of the beginning of October. Festivities commenced with a performance from Neil Young in late September, and several bands that shaped the Roxy's history will continue performing during October and beyond. The Grammy Museum will also be featuring a special exhibit on the Roxy until January 7th. Quick trivia question before we move on. Did the Roxy Theater or the Whiskey A Go-Go open first on the Sunset Strip? Make your guess right now in the comments, bonus points for the correct dates, and I'll share the answer later in this video. Stay tuned. The Family Guy Experience is a fun pop-up installation coming to downtown LA this October. You can visit a real Drunken Clown bar, amongst other recreations from Family Guy. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing what it's like. What's the show saying again? Giggity giggity. For any film enthusiasts out there, a historical theater in Westwood was recently reopened in mid-September. UCLA Theater from 1940 was renovated into a state-of-the-art live performance space and renamed the UCLA Nimoy Theater, honoring the legacy of the actor and philanthropist Leonard Nimoy, best known for playing Spock from Star Trek. His famous phrase of "live long and prosper" is now emblazoned above the entry doors within the lobby. Very exciting to me, and I definitely will have to come by for a performance sometime. Honestly, there's so much to do in LA for October. The weather is warm but not sweltering. The option's practically a madhouse of both Halloween fall themed and outdoor summer events. With that being said, one major activity that feels like the perfect combo of those two is Oktoberfest, with several going on throughout the month, but one of the biggest being a weekly festival on every Friday and Saturday of October, from the 6th to the 21st, and utilizing the Pomona Fairplex for food, music, and beer. Also at the Fairplex space, the iconic Southern California burger chain In-N-Out is celebrating their 75th anniversary festival there on October 22nd. It'll feature drag racing, a car show, carnival games, and I mean, of course it wouldn't be an In-N-Out fest without having In-N-Out burger cookout trucks. Yum! Speaking of food, this is just the first of so many food-related activities going on for October. Let's take a look. Dine LA kicks off on October 6th and continues until the 20th, making October the perfect month for expanding your palate with some new culinary experiences. This biannual event is an opportunity for Los Angeles restaurants to showcase their offerings to both tourists and locals with pre-fee meals lower than normal prices. Restaurants of all price levels and cuisines participate. This is a great way to check out new spots, including some that have recently opened. At the former James Beach restaurant in Venice Beach, the new Simone restaurant is offering Panamanian cuisine. Its chef described as a melting pot for Chinese, French, Spanish, African, and Caribbean influences. Over in downtown LA, Yongbon is a recently reopened restaurant I discussed previously in an updates video, now back with a more upscale and dark dining room as well as a tasting menu to choose from. A nearby Arts District spot is Baru, known for experimental and fermented Korean food items. It also reopened in a new space and features a new $110 tasting menu after previously closing in 2018. These intriguing and unique dishes look really innovative and fun. I hope to try it soon. If that's not enough for the downtown area, the expansive new Level 8 is described as offering immersive culinary discoveries from 8 venues on the 8th floor of the Moxy and AC hotels, including the recently opened Brown Sheep, which is a gourmet taco truck, and K Barbaro with its live fire cooking and South American cuisine. This place looks really cool. I definitely want to give it a look. Let me know if you'd want to see it shared in a future video. You can find something a bit more casual with Alfalfa Larchmont, a popular Santa Monica cafe opening up right across from Paramount Studios here in Hollywood. Thick Burger, inside the original farmers market by the Grove and featuring hefty patties from its bright orange stall, is another new casual spot. I recently visited some of my favorite burger spots in Los Angeles for a video. I look forward to checking out Thick Burger soon, and in the meanwhile, I recommend giving a look to my best burgers in Los Angeles video after this one. There's also another food-themed fest this month, set for October 8th in Television City, just above the Grove and the original farmers market. Family-style food fest will feature vendors from food spots all over LA, including a few mentioned here, Yangban, and others that I'd highly recommend, such as Giata, Moo's Craft Barbecue, and the vegan spot Mr. Charlie's. Trust me when I say there is a lot to choose from this month for festivals and street fairs. Almost as though LA's in a mad rush to get it all in before the weather cools too much and the days become too short in November. And what's more LA than yet another film festival, and of course, horror themed for October. The Screamfest Horror Film Festival is at the Chinese Theater from October 10 to 19th in the heart of Hollywood and going on for over 20 years now. Horror films often use it as a time for premieres. Another film festival, a brand new one in fact, is occurring in Culver City. Proof of Concept Film Festival will be October 20 to 22nd, featuring the newest emerging talent with the best proof of concepts. An interesting concept, which seems like a great way of supporting aspiring filmmakers. Also happening October 21st is Grand Avenue Arts All Access, featuring free performances, exhibitions, and opportunities for free tours of the many museums and other centers, including the Broad, which I previously shared in my Spending a Day in LA with $20 video as being a great free option in downtown. By the way, the Keith Haring Art is for Everybody exhibition at the Broad is still available, but only until October 8th, so make sure you go before then if that's something you'd want to see. Continuing this busy weekend of festival options, Tenderfest in Beverly Hills is at the Wallace Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts October 22nd, with chefs competing in the National Contender Championships. We're not done with the film fest yet, in case you were wondering. Offie Fest is hitting Hollywood October 25th to 29th. With the best films from across the world being featured. Going back to food for a second, the vegans or just anyone interested in trying out some plant-based cuisine will find plenty of options with the Vegandale Fest. Tickets are under $20 and include over 30 free samples and access to over 120 different vendors for the event at LA State Historic Park on October 28th. Meanwhile, the Fall Festival is at the original farmers market and will be very family friendly with a pumpkin patch, games, and live music on the weekend of October 21st to 22nd. This is the perfect centrally located spot in LA to check out if you're a family visiting the area. All that being said, there's so many spook-tacular events to share for October. For something spooky but also fun, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood will be going on through October 31st, as will the Nights of the Jack Immersive Experience, mentioned in my September updates, and the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride, which goes through Griffith Park. For a couple options not quite as scary, Descanso Gardens creates a month-long lit-up pumpkin wonderland experience of jack-o'-lanterns, fallen tree sculptures, and other installations known as Carved. A more boozy option is Haunted Little Tokyo, a really fun annual event that's on October 28th in downtown's Little Tokyo area, and one which I featured in a video last year. The large block party is sure to be full of DJs, bars, costume contests, and other vendors. It's seriously such a blast. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a party atmosphere on Halloween weekend. Whether in need of a post-block party detox or simply a less boozy Halloween option, Strange Science at the Hauntington could be a good option, where rarely seen objects from the Huntington Library vaults are shared alongside spine-tingling stories and weird scholarly facts on October 27th and 28th. But of course, there's no mentioning Halloween in LA without bringing up the West Hollywood Halloween Costume Carnival, one of the largest street parties for Halloween in the world, and finally back for the first time since 2019. Visiting Santa Monica Boulevard between Doheny Drive and La Cienega on October 31st is sure to be quite the party. And if you need an after party spot, Halloween celebrations at Sky Bar at the Mondrian Hotel on the Sunset Strip will be going on all weekend, and also on Halloween itself with music from Deep House Brunch. There's also plenty of performances to attend throughout the month, both of the spooky kind and of the more conventional concert-going kind. Will Ferrell has a Best Night of Your Life comedy performance in Griffith Park on October 21st, a benefit fundraiser for Cancer for College and featuring a lineup of many famous comedians, including Jon Stewart, who is also doing a comedic performance with John Mulaney the next day at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. And October 23rd, you can catch Adam Sandler in Anaheim. SZA will also be performing that weekend at the downtown Los Angeles Crypto Arena. For a Halloween-themed performance, The Bride of Frankenstein with live orchestra occurs in the downtown LA Ace Hotel, October 27th to 28th, with a screening of the 1935 classic The Bride of Frankenstein, while the LA Opera Orchestra plays the score live. That same weekend, you could attend a Great Gatsby party at the Majestic downtown, which will almost certainly contain some very decadent cocktails. Here's some other exhibits and experiences I highly recommend for October. Made in LA 2023, Acts of Living is a new exhibition at the Hammer Museum. Starting October 1st and going through December, it places the spotlight on emerging and under-recognized LA artists and focuses on art that is inseparable from everyday life for its 6th edition this year, with some notable works related to the pandemic. Down in Orange County, there's a Tunnel of Terror haunted car wash in Anaheim, a very unique experience going from October 5th to 30th, with ghosts and ghouls popping up throughout the wash and special effects meant to create a terrifying ambiance. A simple and fun way to get some spooky scares while also cleaning your car in this warm Southern California weather. Back in LA now, Ciclavia is holding a Heart of LA Day on October 15th for car-free streets, with an impressive 8-mile route along Figueroa and Broadway in downtown, First and Central in Little Tokyo, and continuing across the 6th Street Bridge into Boyle Heights, one of the biggest in size of these open streets events yet. Over by Pasadena, another car-free event, the 626 Golden Streets, occurs on the Arroyo Seco Parkway on October 29th. This popular event last happened 20 years ago in 2003 and is finally coming back this year, providing a 6-mile stretch of highway for walking, running, or biking on. As the end of October approaches and Halloween arrives, the Mexican Dia de los Muertos also arrives, with special exhibits and pop-up art installations in downtown LA's Grand Park planned beginning October 21st, and Day of the Dead at El Pueblo beginning October 25th, presenting candlelight processions down the historic Olvera Street every night. Both events go until November 2nd. The Hollywood Forever Cemetery will also honor Dia de los Muertos on October 28th, with the cemetery grounds being covered in art, musical performances, and dance rituals, and plenty of crafts and food vendors to peruse. Later in November, you can also look forward to the Dr. Seuss Experience pop-up opening up at the Santa Monica Place Mall in Santa Monica, and offering an interactive immersion into the worlds of 9 different Dr. Seuss books. As I approach the entrance gates to Paramount Studios, I of course have to bring up the news story that I'm sure most of you have heard by now: the successful negotiations and the end of the strikes from the Writers Guild as of October 2023. This is great news for everyone, and I'm very pleased they were able to achieve a fair deal. Now we must hope that the same is given to the Screen Actors Guild. Oh yeah, and as for the little trivia question from earlier, the Whiskey A Go Go was first to open in January 1964, with the Roxy opening about 9 years later, and 50 years ago from today, in late September 1973.
So there you have it, October 2023 in Los Angeles and everything you should know about. What did you think? Should I share more Halloween things to do or spooky LA locations in a future video this month? Let me know about your favorite October activities, and be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet so that you can see more in LA, Vegas, and beyond. Also, you'll want to take a look at my Hollywood travel guide video next, where I visited a few of the locations I mentioned here with October events that are going on. But with that, I'll see you later, and stay for the bloopers. Thanks. And welcome back to your Los Angeles best. Wait, let me redo that turn. So you there? Oh my god. Whatever. Angeles and everything that you everything you should be knowing. Wait, no.
Yeah. I was gonna say, my shadow's right on your face.
So many motions.